Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Ken Shreve with you. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on TFNN. The number to use to get through is 877-927-6648. Give me a call. Let's talk about this market. 877-927-6648. Just a reminder that my show airs every Tuesday and Thursday on TFNN from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. If you can't listen to the show live, you can always download the podcast anytime on iTunes. And another way to listen to all TFNN programming is with your smartphone. Just type in tfnn.mobi and you can listen to the stream that way as well. I go over a lot of charts on my program every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to look at those charts right along with me, just go to your PC, pull up tfnn.com, and go to Channel 1 in Tiger TV, and you can see the charts that way. And again, if you can't listen live and you want to go to tfnn.com, look on Channel 13 in Tiger TV after a few hours after the show is over, and you can look at an archived version of the show that way. Folks, don't forget about the Tiger Dollar promotion. It ends, it goes through the end of the month, through October 31st. You purchase $250 or more of Tiger Dollars, and TFNN will add a 30% match to your Tiger Dollar balance, and you can use Tiger Dollars to purchase premium services at tfnn.com. You may want to give my newsletter a try. I write the Ultimate Growth Stocks newsletter at TFNN. I launched it in late April. Been very busy for the newsletter writers lately due to this newfound market strength, and have been adding some stocks to my model portfolio in recent days. You can get a trial to Ultimate Growth Stocks right on the homepage of tfnn.com. Just go to the newsletters tab, click on that, and then click on investment newsletters, and you can find Ultimate Growth Stocks that way. My approach to the market is fairly straightforward. I use a combination of fundamental and technical analysis when evaluating a stock. Price momentum is important to me. I tend to target strong price performers in an industry group. If I'm looking in the retail sector, for example, I'm not looking for stocks near 52-week lows. I'm looking for the innovators in retail, those companies showing strong bottom line, top line earnings and sales growth in recent quarters, and those that are showing price strength in the market. And institutional ownership, institutional sponsorship is also important to me, so that's another common trait among stocks that I target for my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. All right, well, let's before we take a look at the market, let me just say that coming up at 3:25 Eastern thereabouts, I'm going to be joined by my good friend Bob Lang, a fellow contributor and colleague of mine over at realmoney.com. That's a sister website to The Street, but Bob's going to be coming on at 3:25 to talk about this market, some earnings reports, GDP, the Fed, the jobs report next week. He's always got a lot to say about the market, so we'll look forward to that. All right, let's take a look and see where we're at here. Big day for the market. Obviously, you kind of had a perfect storm of positive headlines today. More good earnings reports, pretty good economic data that we'll get to in a little bit, and then, you know, the big one, positive headlines out of Europe, that the market's perception is that Europe is indeed serious about taking care of the debt issues that are going on in that area of the world. Market got, you know, pretty good specifics, actually. And the market seemed to get mostly what it wanted in terms of expanding the financial power of the European Financial Stability Fund. Looks like a Greek restructuring is gonna take place. So good news out of Europe, and that's fueling a big Wall Street on. A big rally on Wall Street today in impressive volume. Remember yesterday on the New York Stock Exchange, we only had 1.1 billion shares trade hands. We're tracking, it looks like about a 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 billion share day on the New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ volume yesterday came in at 2.1 billion shares, about average. Looks like we could come in 2.6, 2.7 billion shares today. So looks like there's some institutional buying going on here, which is a good thing. And you know, you're going to hear about short covering going on. I think we're past the point of short covering. Remember, we ran up pretty sharply since October 4th. During the first few days of a rally, October 5th, October 6th, you know, October 10th, yeah, you got your short covering going on there. But as you continue higher, eventually the short covering is going to end, and actual new money is going to start coming into this market. And I do think that's what's happening today. I don't think this rally is so much short covering as it is, you know, these money managers that you've been hearing about that have been been, sitting out this rally. They have to get into this market. They have to start putting money to work. They've been lagging, and they want to have something to show for it by the end of the year. So taking a look at the Dow right now, up 371 points, about 3.2% to 12,1239. The Nasdaq up 95 points, 3.6% to 2746, and the S&P 500 up 46 points, call it 3.7%, to 1287. Taking a look at a chart of the S&P 500, thinking that the 200-day moving average might possibly be a resistance level for the bogey. Doesn't look to be the case. It is trading above that line, not by much. The 200-day moving average for the S&P 500 is at 1274, and again, the S&P 500 right now trading at 1287. So it's up, but not too bad, 10, 13 points above the 200-day moving average. So a bullish day taking shape for this index, and let's take a look at the composite. Also trading nicely above its 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average for the Nasdaq is 2691, and the composite, like I just said, is at 2746. So both of those indices comfortably above a price level that I thought might possibly be a resistance level. Both indexes did not have much problem getting back above the 200-day moving average. Big performance by the European bourses overnight. The Euronext 100 up close to 5%. Germany's DAX up slightly more than 5%, and the CAC 40 was the star of the day in Paris, up more than 6%. So U.S. major averages following the lead of overseas markets again on some clarity coming out of Europe overnight. And I mentioned that volume very strong in the market today. That's good to see. That's good to see. And I really want to give credit to the folks that write the big picture over at Investors Business Daily, because there were a lot of skeptics when IBD changed their market outlook to a confirmed uptrend back on October 12th. You remember at the time the NYSE Composite was really the only index that showed a sign of strength on that day. Most of the other indices hit highs and then reversed and closed near their lows. The NYSE Composite on October 12th rose 1.4%. Volume rose from the prior session. IBD called it a follow-through day. I was very skeptical. And then just a few days later, you had the S&P 500 up 2% in higher volume. That was on October 18th, a little bit later in the rally attempt, but there was more confirmation there. But these two follow-through instances by the NYSE Composite and the S&P 500 actually look like they meant something after all, as this market rally is clearly up for now. Wanted to take a look at some data here. The month of October for the Nasdaq is really shaping up to be an incredible month. Right now, the month obviously isn't over yet, but the Nasdaq is up 13.7% for the month of October. The S&P 500 is up close to 10%. Now that the Nasdaq and S&P 500 are above their 200-day moving averages, Nasdaq's only about 5% from its high of 2888. That was set back in early May. The S&P 500 is only about 6% from its high of 1370. Also set in early May. Let's take a look at the chart of the NASDAQ 100. This is an index that Tom and I have been talking about recently. NASDAQ 100 index up 3% today to 2404. You see a nice breakout for this index over this 2325 price level thereabouts. What's interesting about the NASDAQ 100 is that it's only now about 3% from its high of 2438. That was set in late July. So you're talking about a possibility here that the NASDAQ 100 could break out with conviction. I think it's still too early to say that, but I think the most compelling thing about this market is this, you've probably heard much about it, that these money managers that have been on the sidelines did not believe the rally when it started October 4th, probably didn't believe it when the rally was confirmed on October 12th, thinking that the economy was headed for a double-dip recession. Well, they're probably at a point now where they need to start putting money to work. They've been lagging the market, and I think that's what we're seeing today. And frankly, I think there's a chance that this uptrend could continue in general to the end of the year. It doesn't mean that we won't see some distribution along the way, but by and large, some of the stocks that I've been adding to my model portfolio recently, they're in really good technical setups. They just look bullish, and I'm comfortable with just about every stock I own in there now because they're just acting right, and the leadership isn't bad either. Whether it's retail, technology, healthcare. You want to be sure you're in the right sectors in the early stages of a rally, and I think that retail, technology, like I said, healthcare, parts of healthcare still work here. All right, taking a look at oil, up 4.2% today to $93.96 a barrel. Gold up 1.4% to $1,747.70 an ounce. Go ahead and take a look at the Spider Gold Trust popular ETF, which tracks the price of gold by 1/10. GLD up 1.4% today to $169.67. See, the GLD is holding above its 200-day moving average. That's down around 151.41. It is trading just above its 50-day moving average at 169.15. So GLD recently trading at 169.67, so just a hair above its 50-day moving average, up 1.4% today. Volume doesn't look huge, but the GLD obviously has been a beneficiary, along with gold, of the weakening dollar. So let's take a look at the power shares. Deutsche Bank U.S. Dollar Index Bullish Fund, UUP. You can see this does not track the U.S. dollar index. The UUP is basically an ETF that's comprised of a bunch of long U.S. dollar futures contracts. So the UUP today is down 1.8% today to $21.12. See, the UUP recently broke below its 50-day moving average, and it gapped down today. So again, shares down 1.8% to $21.12. Economic data today, briefly. Weekly jobless claims, not much going on there. Weekly claims were down 2,000 to 402,000. No big surprise there. Pretty good reading. First estimate to third quarter gross domestic product. It's called the advance reading. It came in at 2.5% growth, a little better than expectations of 2%. Last quarter in Q2, the growth was 1.3%, and in the first quarter, GDP was 0.4%. So definitely seeing some improvements. Just amazing to me that only a month ago, everybody was worried, including me, frankly, about a double-dip recession, institutional selling in the market. Boy, have things changed. We'll be right back with Bob Lang from Explosive Options, folks. Stick with us.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Direction Shares Leverage ETFs fuse the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction Shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction Shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of tfnn.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors. investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on...
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. My name is Ken Shreve. Thanks very much for tuning in. Taking a quick look at Visa before we get to my good friend Bob Lang from ExplosiveOptions.net. Shares of Visa having a pretty good day today. It didn't look so great after hours yesterday when the company reported earnings. The stock was trading lower, but it is benefiting from, the market strength today. Shares of Visa up about 1.9% to 93.76. Quarterly profit at Visa up 34% from a year ago to $1.27 a share, and sales up 13% to nearly $2.4 billion. Visa is interesting. I've been waiting for this stock to break out with conviction over 94.75. That would be its intraday high right here back in September, and you can see it's trying to do it. Seeing a little bit of institutional buying in the stock yesterday and today, so it'll be interesting to see if Visa can muster up a bona fide breakout over that resistance level at 94.75. So anyway, let's go to my friend Bob Lang from ExplosiveOptions.net. I believe we have him online. Bob, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, Ken. Thanks for having me on the radio. I appreciate it. How's everything going with you?
Oh, just enjoying the market rally today, like everybody else. So tell me, are you skeptical about this rally? You think it's the real deal? Do we continue higher into the end of the year here, or what? What's your take?
Well, I think that we have to look at some of the main principles here of market rallies. Are we having good volume? Yes, we're having good volume. Price action is really solid. We're lifting up about several moving averages. So, as far as I'm concerned, it looks strong. I do think that we're going to have some kind of a pullback and a pullback opportunity. I do believe that we're in the buy the dip, sell the rip type mode right now, and we're in a seasonally strong period into the end of the year. So we're not going to go up in a straight line, but I do definitely think that having the Europe issues behind us now is going to bode well for stocks and equities. So that's, we talked about it yesterday about the Fed. I mean, basically the Fed has laid down their arms right now. They've basically surrendered everything for what they're going to do. They're not going to be an impediment to the markets at all. So,
well, it's amazing that just a few weeks ago, we were waiting to hear what the Fed was going to do. Are they going to talk about QE3? Are they going to buy mortgages? And it's just amazing how the Fed is completely in the background again. In fact, they have a meeting next week, I believe. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, next week is a 2-day meeting, Ken. It's Tuesday and Wednesday. And then this is one of the 3 meetings in 2011 that Ben Bernanke will be having a press conference right after the meeting is over. So their statement will come out at about 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, and then the press conference starts about 2 hours after that. So I suspect they'll be talking a lot about what's happened with Europe over the last 24 hours, and then also their role in what their rescue package was all about too. So. I definitely think that there's going to be some interest in that meeting next week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what they have to say. But it is amazing that a lot of people again wondering what the Fed was going to do the last time they met, and then they announced that Operation Twist, which apparently everyone has forgotten about because Europe has just been on the front burner for so long. But as you and I were talking just earlier this week, Bob, I mean, the Fed it does really look like the Fed could have it right here. I mean, Ben Bernanke's been talking about, inflation, obviously an issue for this economy, but he does expect it to abate somewhat in coming months. They're talking about GDP growth around, 2.5%, and it seems like all the words coming out of Bernanke's mouth recently, he seems to be pretty spot on so far.
Yeah, and the thing is that the thing that's been underestimated is a lot of the economic numbers in the economy. I was talking with a friend, Stephanie Link, about industrials, and she's been spot on talking about, hey, you know what? Look at some of the numbers. Look at some of the production numbers, and some of these companies like Cummins Engine and Caterpillar, and look at some of the business that they're doing in China, and it's just that the rest of the market just hasn't believed that story. They've got one eye on Europe, and they're taking their other eye off of really what counts it's the economic growth in the economy here. So, I certainly think that outside of some areas, maybe financials are a little bit weak. I know they're stronger today. A lot of the areas and sectors in this market are strong, and in the economy are strong, and I think people are just start paying attention to it.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we come back, we're going to head into break, Bob, so I'm going to hold you over for the next segment, but we'll talk about earnings season overall, and then talk about some reports that both you and I are going to be looking at in coming days. So hang on, we'll get back to you after the break. Folks, I'm joined by Bob Lang from ExplosiveOptions.net. You're listening to Breakout Investing on TFNN. We'll be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks. Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of two emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Ken Shreve with you. Welcome back to Breakout Investing on TFNN, and I'm going to continue my conversation with Bob Lang from ExplosiveOptions.net, savvy options investor and a colleague of mine over at realmoney.com. And Bob, I'm looking at Norfolk Southern today, up 8.3% to $75.53. I think Kansas City Southern, if not I'm not mistaken, recently reported strong numbers as well. The rails are on fire. How do you rate earnings season overall? I mean, you have to give it a pretty high grade up to this point, don't you?
Absolutely, and I think by and large, these industrials and commodity type names are the strong ones. And look, I mean, Union Pacific put up some unbelievable, robust numbers earlier this week as well. Last week we heard from CSX, and their CEO, the people are saying the right things. Now, of course, you look across the landscape here. Some of these stocks have been knocked back a bit. I mean, even look at Apple and Amazon and some of these stocks. I mean, we had Amazon. I spoke with my friend over at Real Money, Joe Malandrino. We were talking about Amazon back on Monday and Tuesday. And that seemed to be pretty right. But, of course, it's up near an all-time high. And, you don't buy these things on earnings, unless they're really primed and ready to blow out. I mean, obviously, a lot of these stocks had good earnings already built into them. Then, of course, you have a Netflix, which turned the other direction. That just really blasted people.
Right. What about, so after the close, I know we've got some earnings reports coming up after the close. Friday, next week, anything you're watching in particular?
Well, next week, obviously, Friday is the jobs report. That's going to be pretty important. We're going to be talking about that probably early in the week. But as far as earnings are concerned, we finish up tonight with Las Vegas Sands, which looks pretty interesting. That's a stock you've liked in the past and done very well with. Also, we're looking at Deckers, which is a shoe company, and I'm also favorable. I'm bullish on Ariba, ARBA, and I know Baidu's coming out tonight as well too. And I've got a strangle on that one. I'm bullish and bearish on the thing. So I'm just looking for some big movement on that particular stock.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you just can't deny the fundamentals at Las Vegas Sands and Wynn Resorts and Baidu as well. I mean, there's no doubt we're going to see very strong numbers from Baidu after the close today. I have the estimates right here. Earnings of 83 cents a share. That's going to be an 84% increase from a year ago. Sales also up 84% to 618.6 million. So I'm just a bit, personally, my own personal taste, I'm a bit lukewarm on a lot of the China names here. Baidu has come back. It's back above its 50-day moving average. Stock's up 5% today to 137.56. So, I think we'll see strong numbers from Baidu and also from LVS. I don't own either stock right now. But we'll see what they have to say. You mentioned next week the jobs report a week from today. The way the market's trading, it seems to be expecting a pretty good number.
Absolutely, and I think that is the big worry there, because is the market getting too far ahead of itself? And you're always concerned. We've driven 213 handles on the S&P 500 in about 16 sessions, so roughly three weeks. I mean, that's a huge move in such a short period. Did we move too much too fast? So you always have to think about that, and always gotta consider taking some money off here and there if you have a chance, and hedging yourself a little bit. But I think by and large, once we got this Europe thing behind us, we're moving. We're probably going to be trucking higher.
Well, in a perfect world, from here we're going to want to see more volume behind up days, low volume behind down days. I think that would be just the idyllic price action that you want to see in the indexes from here. Bob, thanks very much for talking with me today. Always good to talk to you. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.
All right, Bob Lang from ExplosiveOptions.net. We'll be right back, folks.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before October 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have until October 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks, something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. Hi, folks. My name is Steve Rhodes, partner at Tiger Metal Exchange. When Tom O'Brien and I started Tiger Metal Exchange, it was with one mission in mind: to help you avoid getting ripped off when converting your jewelry to cash. If you're looking to convert your jewelry to cash, then log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Take 30 seconds and request your free kit today. Get your free scale, get your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold, Our payouts are the highest in the industry. Our payouts are more than double our largest competitors, and we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log in to TigerMetalExchange.com. The Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. A lot of good earnings reports today. Let's get to some of them here. Interesting small cap name here, SolarWinds, a provider of network management software. They had very nice numbers. Profit of 31 cents a share was up 48% from a year ago. This is an example where you're seeing accelerating sales growth on a sequential basis at SolarWinds. That's good to see. So, you know, the rate of growth in the third quarter is picking up from the rate of growth in the second quarter. Rate of growth in the second quarter picking up from the rate of growth in the first quarter, and so on. So you're seeing good acceleration in sales growth at SolarWinds. Sales were up 31% to $54 million. Good, solid breakout here today. I mean, so hard to buy gaps up in price like this, but I've mentioned on my show before that you don't want to chase breakouts a lot of the time, but sometimes exceptions can be made when a stock gaps up in price because demand is so strong for shares. It can sometimes provide a good foundation for the stock. But SolarWinds having a big day today, up almost 17%, $4.04, all the way up to $28.08 a share. Have a weekly chart here. That's a look at a daily. Let's go over to the weekly chart for SolarWinds. You know, tempting to buy a name like this ahead of earnings when it's trading well and setting up bullishly, but I typically don't like to do that. I'd rather see what the earnings look like because, I mean, you can get burned just as easily as it's just a very risky proposition buying so close ahead of earnings. But here's a look at a weekly chart of SolarWinds. You can see it cleared a swing point today of $25.62. Generally don't like to chase a stock when it moves more than 4%, 3 to 4% past a buying area. SolarWinds is more than 4% past that 25.62 buying area, but I think a pretty good argument can be made that this stock could still be in the early stages of a move here. Let's take a look at another name I'm watching, HMS Holdings. This is an interesting company. They provide cost containment, revenue recovery services to government healthcare organizations. This is a stock that it's up 3% today to $27.01 a share. It's acting pretty well ahead of earnings tomorrow, but again, a situation where even though its technical picture is holding up relatively well, might be flagging a potentially strong earnings report tomorrow. I'll hold off, see what earnings look like, but earnings expected to be up 23% to 16 cents a share. Sales up 21% to $96.8 million. We'll flip over to a weekly chart for HMS Holdings. And let's see, where is it? Here it is, HMSY. A look at a weekly chart here. The swing point is 26.80. Stock is at 27.07, so it's clearly not extended in price yet. Strong earnings tomorrow could fuel a nice breakout in HMSY. Another name I'm watching here because it's a first stage IPO base, and this is a company called Fusion IO, ticker FIO. Man, has this thing been in rally mode lately. Technology is pretty complicated. It is cutting edge. They basically make storage memory platforms used for data decentralization, another technology that basically helps companies operate more efficiently. Interesting that David Flynn is the CEO here. He's only 42 years old. Chief Technology Officer Neil Carson is just 34 years old. Earnings due November 3rd, but the growth prospects at FIO are just incredible. Stock is trading like earnings are going to be pretty pretty solid next week. For the full year, Fusion IO is expected to earn 17 cents a share. They earned 9 cents a share a year ago, so that's growth of 89%. In their next fiscal year, they're expected to earn 33 cents a share. That's up 94% from the 17 cents it's expected to earn in its current fiscal year. So right now, the breakout point is $36.98. The stock is at $34.35. Ideally, what I would really like to see Fusion IO do from here is just pull back in light volume, maybe down to the 31, 32 price level. Maybe the market's going to come in sooner rather than later a little bit. Just consolidate, take a breather. If Fusion IO does that, you could get a good buying opportunity in the stock. But it's another example where I think I'd rather wait for earnings to come out. It's a volatile stock. It's a high multiple stock, but the first stage bases, which FIO is currently forming, these are good to watch in the early stages of a new market uptrend. Let's also take a look at Intercontinental Exchange, ICE. This is an exchange operator that has come back to life here. Stock is up 5.2% today to 132.31. Another example of a recent base breakout. When I use the term base, it's basically just a big consolidation area for a stock. And when you're in the early stages of a new market uptrend, my strategy is to target stocks that are coming out of bases, breaking out, looking for volume behind the breakout. That's been tough lately because, as we've been talking since October 4th, there wasn't really clear to me that new money was coming in from the sidelines. We're finally seeing some volume in the market today, which is a good sign. Again, I think most of the short covering is done, and I think there's probably a pretty good chance that we're starting to see money come in from the sidelines and starting to participate, finally believing that this economy probably isn't heading into another period of recession. So let's take a quick look at the markets here with about 10 minutes left to go in Thursday's session. The Dow up 382 points, 3.2% to 12,251. The NASDAQ, boy, it's getting close, up almost to 100 points. It's up 97 points to 3.7% to 2747. And the S&P 500 up 47 points, 3.8% to 1289. So really seeing a lot of stuff working here, which is compelling. Talking with Bob Lang earlier about earnings season, Caterpillar had very good things earlier this week to say about the economy. It's optimistic about what things look like in 2012. 3M was kind of an outlier. I'll call it an outlier. What they said was pretty disappointing, but overall, the outlooks have been good. Earnings have been up to snuff, and I'm going to stay optimistic here. Again, the stuff that I have in my model portfolio is working, and no reason to be too pessimistic at this point. You're listening to Breakout Investing on TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
Folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stock placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make. Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. Now is the time for Tiger Dollars. Purchase $250 or more before October 31st and receive a 30% match. Go to the front page of TFNN.com and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Let's take a look. Financials doing well today. Take a look at shares of American Express. This one's come back to life recently. Actually cleared a swing point recently of $50.53. That would be right in this area here. Good double bottom breakout in a consolidation here that started back in early July. See, it came down, had its first leg down, rallied back up, and then came back down where this low undercut the low of the prior leg down. So you had a recent breakout over $50.53. Shares of American Express up 2.6% today to $51.78. Probably not too late here. I think you have to do the quick math, but don't like to chase breakouts when they move more than 4% past a buying area. American Express's last buying area was $50.53. Shares recently trading around $51.78. So it doesn't look like the train has left the station in this name. Some other earnings reports today. A stock with very good fundamentals that reported pretty good bottom line and top line growth. Let's take a look at Chart Industries. A wild day of trading in this name. The stock is down 42 cents to 55.89. It went for a breakout early over the 56.88 price level right here. Shares recently trading around 55.89, but a big, wild intraday trading range in this stock. Hit a high of 59.95, hit a low of 50.67, so almost a 9-10 point intraday trading range here. Poor price action, no matter how you cut it. The growth was good. Chart Industries makes engineered equipment used in the production, storage, and end use of hydrocarbon and industrial gases. Earnings up 130% from a year ago to 62 cents a share. Sales up 52% year over year to 211.3 million. But not a great day of trading for the stock. Also, take a look at Perrigo. This is a company makes over-the-counter pharmaceuticals, generic drugs. Bearish price action today. Stock is really taking a hit, down 8.5% to $90.43. Quarterly profit up 26% from a year ago to $1.10 a share. Let's take a look at a weekly chart of Perrigo, because this is a stock that I typically would avoid. Since March 2009, which was the start of the last bull market, the stock is up close to 300%. So I think a pretty good argument can be made that a lot of the big money has already been made in Perrigo, but you can see just a tremendous price run here. So has the big money already been made? Looking at today's price action, I think a pretty good argument can be made there. And finally, we'll take a look at Quality Systems. Boy, I used to like these medical software makers a lot, but Quality Systems also a very rough day, down about 3.5% to $41.84. Good bottom line and top line growth for the company, but just wasn't good enough for investors. It has completely fallen apart technically. A fellow healthcare IT services firm, Cerner, is getting weighed down by news from Quality Systems. Cerner is a provider of software, healthcare IT services for the healthcare industry. It's down about 1% ahead of its earnings report after the close today. Earnings at Cerner expected to be up 24% to 47 cents a share. Sales up 15% to just over $533 million. But as you can see, Cerner is below its 50-day moving average, not looking all that healthy ahead of earnings. But this is a company with pretty good fundamentals, so we'll see what they have to say. And then let's also just take a look at Deckers ahead of its earnings report after the close. Big bottom line and top line growth expected at the company. Stock is up close to 2% to 106.19 ahead of the results. Coming up tomorrow, personal income and spending data, University of Michigan consumer confidence. I'll be calling in to Tom's show tomorrow. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of two emerging